So building a sales agency in 2024. One thing that I'll say is right now in the market, I think appointment setting and closing is really, really overplayed. Like so unbelievably overplayed with the amount of people that are the amount of gurus out there really. Like the gurus are the problem. The high ticket closing gurus, the appointment setting gurus. Like I think there's just too many in the market. I think it's at the point where it's like, okay, the demand was really there for good appointment setters and good closers, and it still is there. But because there's just so many closers, coaches, and appointment setting coaches, it's like there's a lot more fluff in the market. There's a lot more people coming into the market now. And as a result, the demand is still there, but the bar has been raised. Like if you are going to pull off a sales agency, it definitely can still work because people still need talent. But you need to provide talents. That is the main thing. They need to be talented. You need to be providing A players, right? There's so many closers in the market. If you're going to come into a sales agency, then you have to make sure that your team really are dialed in. Like your closers are the best. Your setters are the best. Okay. Also, boys, what do you think of the t-shirt? I just got this today. I ordered it about 4 months ago from David Goggins. Just came today and I'm gassed. So how would you make a sales agency work then? 2024, how will you make it work? Again, I think there is a lot of opportunity for this. But again, the same way with all of the agency models, like I talk about in all of my videos, you need to adopt a growth CEO mindset. Growth CEO mindset, you're promising the market what it actually wants. Yes, okay, you're coming into the market, you're placing and training talent. Or maybe you're even just managing teams externally. But you need to promise them the results that they want as a result of this service. You're not just going to come in and say, I'm going to place a closer and setter and manage for performance. You're not just going to come into the market and say, okay, I'm going to place a closer and a setter and manage for performance. No, you need to actually promise tangible results. You need to promise the market what the market wants. Okay, we're going to help you grow. That's obviously growth CEO mindset. You're going to help them grow, increase close rates, increase close rate by X percent, by X amount, maybe not even increase close rate because maybe you're going to come in and help them with their pre-call systems as well. So instead of just increasing close rate by X, increase sales by X. You need to promise the market what the market actually wants if you are going to run a successful growth agency. Just because there's competition out there, this is not going to work anymore. Like no one really cares about your closers and setters because at the end of the day, you still just sound like one of the actual closers that's in my inbox right now. Hey, bro, are you hiring any closers at the minute? That's what you're going to sound like. So you need to be able to promise the market what the market actually wants. If you are a sales agency or you're starting up a sales agency, it's important to adopt the growth CEO mindset. And how you're actually going to get started with this, it doesn't have to be rocket science. As long as you know how to close, as long as you know how to set, as long as you know how to actually train people and motivate teams and manage teams to ensure performance, then I think this is a really good business model to get into, 100%. You could literally scale to 20K a month with one client doing this. So so go in, review their sales process, place talented closers or setters as well. Like you could do setters and closers. Or instead of placing talented team members and instead of placing talented salesmen in their company, what you can also do is you can just take control of the sales externally in your agency. So instead of giving them in-house closers, it's okay, no, all of the sales are just going to come into my agency and I'm going to close them for you and then just send the money your way once the deals have closed. So it's okay, you're generating the leads. Or you could take it one step further as a growth CEO and you could generate the leads too. All the leads just come to you and your agency. You deal with the closing and then the cash just goes to the business on the back end. Because this is literally no headache required for your clients, that's what makes this such a valuable service. They don't need to worry about closers performing or they didn't need to worry about show-up rates, blah, blah, blah. All they have to do at this point is focus on the client delivery, which is a really, really valuable service from you. This is what's going to make you almost irreplaceable. And because you're offering such a massive package, you're such a massive service there, you're just taking control of the sales process. This is how you can literally make 20K a month with 1 or 2 clients. because you're doing such a big job. But obviously, the people that you're targeting are going to be people that can afford that, right? Ideally, people that are like, 30K a month plus, 50K a month plus, maybe. Those are the type of people that you're targeting. But yeah, you might be doing the leads for them, you might not, but you can either place talent internally or you can manage the teams externally, okay? Do you guys know what I mean by that? I hope so. I hope you guys know what I mean by that. Internally, you're putting it in their business. Externally, you're just taking care of it in-house. Like, that's what you're doing. Instead of giving them an in-house closer, you're just using your closers and they work for you still, and you're responsible for the sales. Does that make sense? Cool. So yeah, you'll review the current sales process, you'll place talented closers / manage it externally, and then you'll implement pre-call systems just to make sure that the systems are dialed in, make sure that they are, they're not getting like loads of no-shows, make sure that the leads are being nurtured before these calls, they're being warmed up, so that, of course, your closers can do a better job and make sure they're closing deals. Everyone wins. And that's how you can even like turn this into like a build and release offer like Serge talks about, where you can literally go into a business, review their sales process, place talent, build their systems for them, and then just review every now and again, maybe for a fee afterwards. But you can literally just come into the business and do these two things, build and release, charge up front, and then off you go onto the next person. Maybe charge them a small revenue share on the back end for managing it. So yeah, like there's loads of ways that you can go about this, but mainly just adopting the growth CEO mindset, right? And then after you've done all this, review and improve, review the systems, review the performance. You're going to be doing team meetings, etc. With all the staff, all the sales reps, to make sure everyone's doing a good job and to make sure things are actually working. Because of course, if you're just working with one big boy client and that's who's paying you 10K a month to just deal with all of this for you, then of course you need to make sure you're doing a good job. Otherwise, you're going to lose all of your income overnight when they fire you, right? Cool. And then in terms of just going out there, getting outreach, going out there and getting your first client for this, I think LinkedIn's probably the best place to do this. Instagram, I like Instagram, but for a sales agency, I don't know. I don't think it's the best. Like, you can make it work, but I don't think it's the best. Unless you are prepared to start running ads, just doing cold outreach on Instagram for this market that we're going after, I don't think is the best option. Yeah, so yeah, just a sort of basic outbound appointment setting framework. Find your target audience, connect, send them an invitation or connection request. Once it's accepted, then obviously you're going to outreach to them. The outreach, you can automate it, or you can hire commission-based setters. Like, there's loads of automation softwares out there nowadays. Do they reply to the outreach? If they don't reply, then of course you don't leave it there. You follow up, and the follow-up sequence that I like to use is first we'll just hit them with a follow-up line. Not going to tell you exactly the follow-up lines, but you'll hit them with a follow-up line. Then we'll send them like a sarcastic / humorous GIF, and then we'll wait a little bit. If they don't reply to the GIF, there'll be a slight pause, and then out of nowhere again, we'll just come in and we'll just offer them some like sort of free value asset. Like, hey bro, I thought you might find this interesting. I just made a video explaining how to blah, 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 free value. And then if they still don't reply after this follow-up sequence, 3 follow-ups, then you can either remove them from the CRM completely, or you can add them to the long-term follow-up list, where you'll just follow up with them like once a month, once every couple of months or so. It's worth doing. Grant Cardone said that he's been following up with people for 7 years and they haven't bought yet, with an emphasis on yet. So I do believe that in long-term follow-ups for sure, but it's up to you. Like, some people just don't like to allocate resources to long-term follow-up. What I like to do is just one follow-up like a month or 2, just like super long-term follow-ups. That's what I like to do, but that's up to you. And then of course, if they do reply to your cold outreach, then did they show interest? If not, then you need to warm them up with content. That's why having a YouTube channel is so valuable. You can just send them content for free, and then they can just binge your content. And then over time, they're going to be more open to working with you. And if they do show interest straight away, then that's when I would say send them a personalized value asset. You can just send them an evergreen one, but you only send evergreen assets once you're already making money. If you're hungry and you need that first customer and you're willing to do whatever it takes to get that first client, then personalize it. If not, maybe send them an evergreen one, a VSL, a YouTube video, and then just get them on a discovery call. Once you're on the discovery call, then cool, you should be pretty good from there. Book another call after that. Close them on your offer. Once you're at that part, it's pretty smooth sailing. But the main thing is just volume, right? The main thing is just volume. And yeah, you do this, you actually have leverage in your offer, you have a good offer, you choose a good niche, and as long as you've got good service delivery, then yeah, I think having a sales agency can definitely be a good play in 2024, 100%.